got big stakes tonight in Bellville, playoff positioning and momentum on the line for two soccer communities separated by just a few miles. They're just about to clash on the turf. Clear Fork hosting Lexington in a late season match that you just do not want to miss. The Lady Colts put their 7-game win streak on the line, live and free, as Thursday night girls soccer gets you ready for the weekend. Next.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
This is our in-body machine, so you're going to see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
It's the Global Energy Partners pregame show. Thursday night Richland County rivalry soccer. It's going to pit two of the area's very best here inside of the arena tonight. Red Hawk Clear Fork taking on the OCC leader on the road in Lexington, Lady Lex. Welcome to the Colt Corral, everybody. I am Brian Skowronski. I'll be on the mic bringing you half of the form of entertainment here tonight. And when the leaves start to change, I feel like the games really start to change too, just in terms of the significance and how much they matter in terms of the playoff seeding. And Lady Lex, again this year, they're going to compete in D3 in the fall. The Colts are in D4, so there's actually no potential for a rematch, which in some ways is a bummer, but in other regards, it's the only shot each of these programs have to try to take down the other, get that upper hand in this cross-county rivalry. And, of course, as mentioned, with the playoffs coming up here, we got the tournament draw in like 2 weeks and a couple of days. It is crazy how fast it is approaching and how quickly we are getting to the finish line of the regular season. When we get there, Lady Lex certainly looking like they are going to be the championship roster in the OCC. However, they've been struggling just a bit outside of OCC play. All 3 of their losses this year have come to non-league foes. They actually haven't defeated Clear Fork since 2022, but I feel like they've got the firepower this year to keep up. There have been a couple of seasons here in the not too distant past where you would think maybe Lexington just doesn't necessarily have the full arsenal and the ability to try to create goals against a Clear Fork team that scores a ton of them and is absolutely loaded this year with offensive weaponry. But this season feels a little bit different for Lady Lex. A big reason why Zoe Borowicz, our player spotlight tonight, enjoying easily the most impactful season of her high school career, which has been a great one. This is her first time cracking double digits in terms of goals in an individual season. Also, she has a career high in assists so far this year with 7. So definitely within the midfield, you got to let Zoe cook. Number 5, when she gets the ball down at her toes, she can be a menace to society, and especially for an opposing team that's got the speed that Clear Fork does, you're going to have to try to match up with her because she's one of those kids as well that can get out and just burn you down when she hits with a counterattack or just something fast through the middle. One of the best parts about high school soccer, I bring it up every single time, but I love the run-outs, and especially for the ladies, they're always making a lot of noise. You see the minis out here for the Lady Colts too, so it's always just a fun time all the way around to let out a little bit of steam and kind of get mentally psyched, pumped for what's about to come. And we are just a couple of minutes away now from Clear Fork versus Lexington 2025 style, the only meeting between these two programs this year. But first, let's set the stage with the playing of our national anthem. And now we jump back into your pregame show presented by Global Energy Partners. They are hiring now. If you are looking for a high-paying job, your next opportunity might just be a click away. Check them out. Link down in the description. Lady Colts, the only once beaten Lady Colts, have actually only lost to Lexington once over their last 5 meetings. It was a playoff game back in 2022, so tough way to end your season anytime it comes against a county rival. But Clear Fork, they've only defeated at least tasted that one time all year. August 23rd against Bexley, a game that I was on the call for, and Clear Fork was really good in that game. Since then, they have put together a 9-match unbeaten streak, 7 consecutive victories, 5 shutouts so far for Clear Fork this season, and they definitely look like they are going to be the odds-on favorites in their D4 district when we get into the playoffs. No longer having to play the likes of Lexington, Ontario, Madison, Ashtyn. They avoid all of that danger that has basically led to their elimination 10 years in a row until they expanded the divisions last year. And in D4, Clear Fork definitely is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So are these two ladies. I'm talking about double trouble. At least that's what they have been for opponents all season long. The dynamic duo of Ashtyn, Brinley, Barnett, two of the most productive players, period, in program history. Both already experiencing career highs in goals and assists here in 2025, and we are far from being done. Their regular season starting to wind down a little bit, but the expectation certainly would be that they're going to have 2, 3, 4, who knows, maybe even more playoff games on the horizon coming up this season for a team that just felt like they had all the pieces, all the weaponry coming into 2025, and we anticipated an explosion, and so far, so good. Clear Fork has been the most impressive team that I've had the chance to lay my eyes on so far this season. Got off to a great 2-0 cushion as well on the road against their MOAC rival in Ontario before drawing that match. But aside from the defeat that I talked about, I mean, that's really the only couple of games that they found any problems with, tying Big Walnut earlier in the campaign as well. This team has been rock solid, and with that winning streak, certainly they are brimming with confidence coming into tonight. So how do they get it done? That lady right there is going to have something to say about it, unquestionably. Faye Smith has been so good in net. But my keys to victory for the Lady Colts, how about just big game Barnett? She is my X factor tonight, and I certainly feel like if she goes off, Clear Fork should win. If she gets a goal and an assist, if she's getting the points factor up to at least 3 or 4, I really feel like it's going to be the Colts night. But then physical in the midfield. This is pretty much meaning you need a healthy helping of wine, which can be a superpower for some people. But you know what I mean when I'm talking about it in Clear Fork's regard with Ashtyn, always the most physical girl out on the field. She's got such prowess, awareness, and just a desire to go after you and try to capture W's. Those are my 2 keys for how the Lady Colts can do it. And on the flip side, you got to be able to combat the counter-strike if you are Lexington. Mark Barnett, when the open-air situations tend to take place, you at least got to get 1 person on her. 2 probably makes a little bit more sense. And then with those one-on-one matchups, you just got to be able to create opportunities that are outside of system. So you got to win a head-to-head. Maybe you're taking on 2 defenders. You're able to get by them before you serve it up for somebody else. If Lexington can accomplish those 2 missions, it just might be their night tonight here on the road against that group right there. That is certainly, they are riding a heater right now. It's been really cool to see them develop this season. And on the flip side, for their opponent tonight, Lexington, they got a very similar thing going on where they had 12 varsity letter winners back this season on their roster, and then you plug in a couple of these really talented freshmen. Very excited to see Jersey Palmer in action tonight, and high praise from Buck Morton, even though she's a freshman, said that she has elevated the entire level of competition on a day in, day out type of impact player. That's what she's been as just a freshman on this roster, and she hasn't blown you away in terms of what she's done with goal scoring and even assists, even though she did have the game-winning goal the other night against Dover, one that they really needed to stay in that driver's seat of the OCC championship chase. But her combining with the seniors and our player spotlight tonight, you know, there's a large sophomore class competing for Buck Morton, and this should be a heck of a ball game here tonight. As we turn a page, and get into action here. First touch by Lady Lex. They're in the white uniforms with the purple numbers. Kind of weird if that was Clear Fork, who's in their all blacks here tonight. And I think that that's when they tend to have their most menacing look. All decked out in black. See if it pays off for them here tonight. Have a few different live streams going down live and free tonight on the OH Report. If you want to check in on some varsity volleyball action, we do have a game going down over at the Cub Cave within the NBC. Western Reserve taking on Monroeville tonight. Triway is taking on Orville, one of our newer teams that we've added to the OH Report roster this fall. So plenty of action to enjoy, and of course, never worry about those paywalls, always live and free. This one's chipped out into space. Lexington looking to turn the corner here. This is Morgan Herod. She's had an exceptional junior campaign. Really hit the ground running. Hat trick against Ontario early on in the season. And if that doesn't ignite you for a really strong junior campaign, not much will here in North Central Ohio. That has been the gold standard here in the area, that being the Lady Warriors. Off the cross, takes a triple hopper. Now they'll be able to find Barnett. Plenty of space here still for Katie Beck. Lady Lex was selling out on that last trip down into the attacking third. Now with Allie Laurie trying to push this out wide here for Palmer, the aforementioned freshman, getting the start. Colts finding some space. Here's Quinn Stover now into the midfield. And she gives that to the back line over of Lex. Not a great measured pass. See what the Minutemen can do with the turnover. Got the throw. Trying to weave it side to side. Just try to force the defense to come meet them at the point of the attack. Lily Swindoll taking the bait initially. Now Lily with the pressure. And she'll get knocked down. And we'll get a free kick coming up here for Lex. It'll be an easy one right into the hands of Smith. And the first shot opportunity for either side ends up with the keeper. Perry trying to hook up with Barnett. Sliding in the way there was Maggie Arnett. And the Colts try to shoot one up top. And Claire Hammer's there to rake it in. Barnett trying to fight her way through. Regains, flips it for Beck, one-timer, but a diving save is made. Gorgeous setup, Katie Beck, the freshman, front and center. And this was as good as it gets from the right foot of Barnett. See, after she battled for it. Hops it right in there for Beck. Able to angle it towards the corner, and a solid save made by the diving Hammer. So one shot opportunity on each side so far. Now the Colts going to chase it out of their own territory. Not for long. One at the midfield here by Lexington. They'll return the favor. Stover coming up with the giveaway. Now through the midfield, Morgan Herod gets cut off. Jaden Kaler stepping in to end the threat. And now the Colts flipping the field. Right back the other way. They come with Perry shooting it up. Barnett just can't seem to get there in time. They're starting to heat up. We've seen that here from this Clear Fork offense, certainly over the last several weeks. But all season long, this team has been a force. As we get a substitution here from Lady Colts. See a couple of fresh bodies out there. Kaler is going to take a quick seat. Still very early in this competition, 6.5 minutes in. That one just ripped across the park. See if it settles for Clear Fork. Sabri Caudill charging in. Try to make something happen. Now back post, flipped in by Perry. Looks like Lexington will survive another mini onslaught. Get it at the feet of Borowicz. Here's Barnett finding a little bit of green. Lets one ride from deep. And we'll get another save by Hammer. Third shot now by the Lady Colts. Each of them have been on frame. And Barnett just creating a lot of havoc so far. That's been her role. Let's get a whistle. Second infraction against Clear Fork here in this opening half. Allows for Lori to push through down into the corner. Here's Allie. Tried to go one-on-one and at least earned a deep throw-in off the shin guards there of Layla Doherty. As three Lady Colts come over to the flag. Kaler getting set to check back in along with Kendall Boffman. See her first minutes tonight. Palmer able to squeeze one out there to Lori. Cross is deflected, and the Colts punch it out. Right where it needed to be, well measured. But that one behind the intended target. Carly Ann Hughes able to disrupt it. Be Clear Fork throwing. Here comes the three Lady Colts into the mix. Beck back on board as well for Coach Bechtel. Basically a perfect weather night here in early fall season. First week of fall. Glad to have you guys all along with me. I personally, once football season starts, I kind of change my mindset and I act like it's fall, but it actually is now. So, welcome to it. Big collision. A couple of bodies each went sideways there. That was Palmer hip to hip with Reese Cook. Now it's Lexington battling, but running into that back line, and Ashtyn Wine, and this is her normal role early in games. They'll put her at that center backer spot, just keep an eye on things, and it's what makes her numbers this season even more gaudy when you consider the fact that she's kind of a part-time offensive weapon who's now got 20 goals and counting on the campaign. Wine's been a goal scorer her entire career, though. This, though, the first time that she's broken into double digits, and of course she has stormed well into those figures. Boffman battling with Palmer. She lets one rip down into enemy territory. Wendling putting on a little bit of pressure, looking to force a decision. Now she's able to get a piece of it. Ashtyn hanging out for maybe one step too long. As that's crossed through the middle, it'll trickle all the way out wide where Auburn Hoofler has got to try to track it down. That one a mile high and an easy one for Faith Smith. About a dozen minutes in, no score yet on our Wellspring Custom Pharmacy scoreboard. But the Colts have had the goal under siege here on a few different occasions. 3 pretty solid shot offerings so far, as Boffman sends Morgan Herod down to the turf. Lexington does earn free kick out of it. Solid first touch here to get it to Morgan. And she sends that one deep down into the corner. Probably make its way out. Goal kick coming up here. So we get Asia Bechtel, Bria Berry out onto the pitch for Coach Brittany Bechtel. Now in year number 20 for the longtime head coach. Just an amazing career that she's enjoyed since taking over at her alma mater. Almost 260 wins. 7 of those coming over their last 7 matches. So Clear Fork, they've had a whole vibe going here recently. Lexington looking to find their own right here with Tessa Tem. Freshman checking in, looking to make something happen. Pull back, looking back for Tessa. Ball runs into some problems. 3-on-4 formulating now here potentially for the Colts. But that one's offset, trying to get it to Katie Beck. I'll have to send it to the back line here for Sabri Caudill. Colts will hang on to possession. See who comes up with this pretty much 50-50 ball. It's going to be Boffman. Now Kaler shoots it out wide to the top of your screen. And Beck forced one into the middle, redirected out of there. And this is a chance for Lex, except for it's a 2-on-5. And seems like they've been at a disadvantage pretty much every time they've gotten onto the outskirts of the attacking third. But they got some numbers moving forward now here. Borowicz out wide. Looking for the cross. Be back at the football 15-yard line, trying to settle that as Herod. And Boffman takes a dive. Foul here against Lady Lex. I believe that's just the first infraction here tonight on the girls in the white unis. This one's blistered, but right at a Lexington player. So Red Rover. Caudill sends back over. Barnett trying to settle it off the 1-2 step. Harrod now over here near side trying to hook up with Palmer. She's got that low center of gravity. I mean, she only looks like she's about 12 years old, but Buck Morton just said that she's just super tough. She gets her shoe laced up. See a 4-pack of Clear Fork Colts continue to just keep the rotation going. Fresh feet at the end of the game have certainly benefited Coach Bechtel's bunch when they've played in their big-time matches. Haven't had one here of late. As you look at what they've done over their winning streak, I mean, it has been the definition of domination. Lexington trying to get a rare score on the board. Because Clear Fork over this last month, I mean, they've only given up 4 goals over their last 7. Meanwhile, they've dropped a 50 burger on the opposition. So 50-4, 46 goal differential. And granted, you look at the competition, and the MOAC not very strong this year. 9-0 win over Highland. Mansfield Senior didn't pose much of a threat. 8-0 the victory there. And then Shelby, that game was here at the Colt Corral, an 8-1 decision, a late goal coming in for the Lady Whippets in that one. Barring some type of a really wild upset, Clear Fork will tie for the MOAC championship this year with Ontario after drawing with the Lady Warriors 2-2 in their MOAC opener. And the schedulers got to get better at that. That needs to be the last MOAC game of the year, and I could even argue the last match of the year. Put it on the calendar. We want to see that one. Each of these programs, typically, they go unscathed the rest of the way in the league. So let them get those first 6-7 out the way and then try to land the Lady Warriors and Colts on the schedule at the end. That's my campaign. That's what I'd like to see. This one rolls into the hands of Claire Hammer. This junior's been pretty sharp all year too. Great weapon with her drop kick. And this whistle will favor Lady Colts, second against Lexington. And this is really where Ashtyn shines, man. Uncorks a little Cabernet right there. But again, she's able to find feet that are attached to Lexington personnel. Good battle goes for the ball there. Ends up at the feet of Stover. 3-1 touches. Now Barnett trampled. And the referee was going to let the play on happen. But, wow. Actually, oh, my replay's a little late here. Certainly felt like the conflict there was created by Lexington. And Barnett, I mean, she's still standing in. She wants an explanation. Okay. And got the one that she deserved. Big applause raining down from the Clear Fork cheering section, and rightfully so. As I think in most people's opinion, call is right. Now Ashtyn got it lined up here from the football 40. Got 5 Lady Colts to her left, 1 on the right. This a laser beam punch by Hammer. Another great opportunity for the Lady Colts. Perry was in the equation. Just a really strong lick applied by Wine. Show it to you just one more time here on our GMN Body and Paint Shop instant replay. Shout out to the team down there on 4th Street. And this one almost had the Corral going crazy, unbreaking this scoreless tie. Oh, great ball up in space. Perry on the hop, gets it to the right foot, and she puts it home. Clear Fork able to get on the board first, halfway through the first half. And it's Maya Perry with the goal.
Clear Fork goal scored by number 5, Maya Perry.
Beautifully executed. Barnett, that's where her game has really risen to a new level this year. We always knew that she was a scorer maker. However, she's become an assister this year. 11 of them now for the senior Barnett. As Perry now with 11 goals for her junior year. And that's a big one. Each of these defenses have been solid all season long. We showed you the numbers in our pregame show. Clear Fork's given up less than 0.9 goals per competition, and for Lexington, it's just a shade over 1. So if you can get one early on the board, certainly very beneficial. This one sprung out of there. And for Lexington, they've had a couple opportunities now where they're getting 5-6 ladies moving in on the hunt, trying to go for that kill. And it gets broken up before that last connecting pass can be delivered. Or it just hasn't been quite on time. But right now, they're trying to leave the offensive players up closer to the attacking third and leave a couple girls you see pretty far back. Not a high back line, and that's why it's created a lot of green in the middle of the pitch so far here tonight. As Barnett looks to collect one-timer. Great hit here from Perry. But as Stover veered out, she didn't give herself an opportunity to try to put a lick on the ball. And Lady Lex will clear, and this actually ends up off the hip of Sabri Caudill. Another look. Looked like Stover just a little bit heavy off that right foot, was trying to set it up. Couple subs here for the Lady Colts. Swindle stepping over to the sideline momentarily along with Stover. Lady Lex will throw it in again here right at midfield, in front of the visiting bleachers. Pretty decent crowd on hand here tonight for a Thursday night soccer match. Got a small student section. Bit of the stampede filling in here for Clear Fork. And we'll get a whistle. It's going to set Lexington up. They're going to have a free kick on the way from pretty close range. And actually here it comes with the strike. Clear Fork had a 4 or 5 lady line set up. The referee said they weren't 10 steps away. So they'll do it all over again here from the football 21. On frame and face Smith. Able to stab it out of midair. Clean save for Faith. Second of the night for the senior keeper. And sorry about our replays. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's leaving that little extra at the end. Kind of throwing me off, too. Probably just run a few less of those than we normally would here. Boffman on the hop. Makes a decision to try to get it to Beck, now through the middle. Kaler pressures, hip to hip. This one a mile high. Lands down on the chest, Boffman. Now Herod. Just got like a ping pong game going on out here. 11 on 11 style. Great push through the middle. Now Wendling had it taken off her foot, but right back into the box. Smith makes her break. Walloped out of there by Caudill. Asia Bechtel, oh, great feed. Timed it beautifully. Asia making her move down the right side, and now it's Perry being forced out of there, looking for Asia. And they got a corner kick coming up. This was just beautiful chemistry all the way down. The last deflection there from Daphne Woodruff sets Clear Fork up with the first corner kick of the match. Colt's going to get 7 ladies involved. This one a little bit shorter than intended. But Lamp able to keep the possession alive, back post. And a little too much. Barnett was in the area. Katie Beck bending towards back post. But it's Claire Hammer who ends up with the ball. Short drop kick here near side. Wise decision just to let it end up back with Hammer again. Colts allowing a bit of cushion right now. So that squirts its way down the line. Caudill dropping it the other way. It's going to come back in her area. And last touch here by Lady Lex. Quick throw in. But with the sub standing over at the flag, they're going to send it back into the hands of the thrower. So Quinn Stover can get out onto the pitch. Replacing Kaler. Stover with the heavy pressure. Off the back of the noggin here. Hit Zoe Lamp. Whistle comes in, favoring a Clear Fork throw-in. Maya looking for some options. Now Lamp with the miss hit. So it's headed out of there here by Tessa Tem. Now the big ball, it feels like those here in the midfield have pretty much been dominated by Clear Fork. Getting some physical battles going as well there. Just trying to create extra possessions. And here's going to be one for Lady Lex over on the far side. Just over 11 minutes to go here, half number 1. If you're joining us a little bit late, the goal came about 8 minutes ago on the clock. Maya Perry off the setup from Brinley Barnett. Lady Colts so far with 4 shots all on net, 2 on the other side for Lexington. Ball movement here near side. Doherty punches it middle and knocked out of there for Swindell. Beck trying to maneuver it along here off the noggin. Lexington player hit the deck. Not enough contact for the whistle with Harrod popping up. Now a slick move. Here's Perry directing traffic. Trying to find Barnett, and a little heavy there off her left boot. Here's Brinley. In heavy traffic. Trying to dodge 3 or 4 different opponents, able to do so. Lays it back. Stover gets it to her, tries to make her run. Barnett left foot, bit too tall. Great looking build here though for the Lady Colts again. Barnett, solid decision, turned and showcasing that left foot. Colts trying to keep it down here at this end with the heavy pressure off Cook. She's down protecting the line for the throw-in. It's a moon ball off the toss. Hard charge here, Caudill on the hop. And it's poked away by Allie Laurie, who's just got such great innate speed. I mean, she's a member of that track state sprint unit. Just a girl that you don't anticipate losing too many foot races. This one either. Barnett flicking it forward to herself, left foot, and it'll make its way out for a corner kick. Second quarter coming up here for the Lady Colts. Barnett, she's just got such great control, such a handle on how she wants to execute this season. I mean, just a legendary career. Got her 30th assist tonight. See if she can get her 64th career goal here backside. Said it's knocked out of there by Lady Lex. Looking to send a counter strike going the other way with Laurie. I talked about the speed, but can't do much with it when you run into trouble. Caudill with a nice step. Colts take it away. They'll get it to Brinley again. Trying to maneuver on the spin move back to the left. Boy, is she a lot of fun to watch. Gets it to Barry. Now Bechtel getting involved, trying to go touchline. This should stay in. Yeah, plenty of space. It'll be off of Asia Bechtel. The clock fading under 7 minutes to go here, half number 1. Bechtel just punching it. Now getting back involved. Just trying to aggravate Nia Tweed. Lex hasn't been on the offensive in a little while. But the referee does say that they've got possession here with the throw-in. Or is he changing his mind? Will be Lady Lex possession. Quickly down to the carpet. Tem back to her. Now here's Tessa. Little miscommunication. She wanted to make her run. Instead, Harrod was coming in her direction. So Barnett trying to gang up here opposite end. The freshman Bria Berry playing some big minutes here in the first half. Great turn by Herod, using her body, trying to shield off the defender. Just kind of leveled her. 5th foul on the Colts here in this first half. Did get a huge chunk of the ball. So you can relate and understand sometimes with the frustration of these high school athletes. Though we do have 3 officials here tonight. First match that I've called all year where we've had 3 referees. So this one so far has been called very well, and that's what you would anticipate. Do appreciate each and every one of our local referees, as this is a fantastic ball in stride. Bechtel off the inside of her foot. I think a lot of fans here in the crowd wanted to see her try to line one up and just rip one from long range, or as she was closing in from outside the 18. Because right now it's empty-handed until here. And a little skirt off of the carpet for Claire Hammer. 5th save for Claire. Heavy collision going against Clear Fork. I've enjoyed seeing the physicality so far here tonight in this matchup. And here's some more on display. Well done by Layla Doherty. Barnett a little upset with herself that she wasn't able to thread that needle. Had Barry trending up top. Wine veers out wide, taking it away from Lori. She blows by her. Now bombs this one up top. Barry trying to settle. Bumps it down to herself. Barnett getting involved. But spinning out there with possession was Wendling. Borowicz sizing up the defense. Bechtel getting back involved. Clear Fork's had some extra pep in their step since taking the lead about 17 minutes ago. Certainly have kept it over on this end more often than not. Barnett chipping it. Bechtel, she's got some great speed herself. Here she is, left foot back post, nobody home. Teammate not in the picture with Bechtel when she had that idea. So it leads to a leak out here, and Herod just going to send it into the middle, see if something can happen. A late charge out. Smith collides with her own teammate. She'll hop up as Laurie goes to the corner. Now a shot from distance. Face Smith spills it out of there. Wine can't clear it completely, and that sizzles over the top of the Stampede. That young lady just made an equalizing goal save. Check this out one more time. Absolutely ripped. That is going to go into the back corner of the net, if not for the Superman dive and athleticism. Third save of the match for Face Smith. Looking to keep a clean sheet here through one half of play. 70 seconds and rolling. From in front of the Clear Fork bench, they'll send Katie Beck down the line. Big toss comes in here from Doherty. Too far out in front for Perry and company. Now Harrod's going to turn, see that she's got a little patch of grass. Plays it into the box. Easily handled here by Smith. Faith with a booming punt down. So we're down to 20 seconds. Lexington would love to just get one more shot opportunity. Sarah sends this one middle. Wine with the turn. Pretty content just to drop it back. Take this one into the break with the lead. That's exactly what the Lady Colts are going to do. 1-0 here at the break. And the gang with a 7-match win streak in prime position to try to continue just that. We've got a commercial timeout lined up. We'll return here with your Global Energy Partners halftime report. Got some stats to tally up for you guys. I'll give you my impressions of the first 40 minutes and get you all set for half number 2. It's live, it's free, and it's only right here on the OH Report. And we'll be right back.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
You're enjoying Lexington versus Clear Fork girls soccer Thursday night action, live and free thanks to our friends at Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, where they help you choose effective vitamins and supplements. They can prepare custom meds as prescribed by your healthcare provider or even your veterinarian for all sorts of different things like mouth soreness, autoimmune conditions, much, much more. Go down, talk to Dr. Stephanie on West 4th Street in Ontario. She'll get you all figured out and healthy. Global Energy Partners, where they're helping communities with exceptional work while utilizing local businesses. G&M Auto Body and Paint Shop. Choose the auto body repair shop that the Mansfield area has trusted for more than a half a century. Proud supporters of our local athletes. From the field to the front door, you can trust Schmidt Security Pro to protect what matters most to you. Charter Next Gen, they're hiring for high-paying, cutting-edge jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And our friends at Pinnacle Building Services. Elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. Be back with your halftime report in about 10 seconds. See you guys soon. It's the GEP halftime show, and you are looking at the 2012 Lady Colts roster, or at least a good portion of them. Led by over on the right there, second from the end in terms of the players, with John Cole being over on the end. Deja Swihart, who had a monster season that year, 34 goals. Team that went 18-3, made it all the way to the regional finals, the deepest Clear Fork's ever been into the tournament. Scored 90 goals that year as well. I've only had one so far here tonight. That belongs to Clear Fork and Maya Perry. 19 minutes and some change remaining in that opening half. Take a look at the game by the numbers, with Clear Fork owning an advantage pretty much everywhere right now. They've got better time of possession out there on the field, a couple better looks on net than their counterpart from Lexington tonight as well. They each have done a nice job of not uncorking a ball that is unintended for the back of the net. Each of these teams have done a good job of their selection when they're getting close, open windows. We saw one head into the back from Maya. We saw a couple of opportunities as well by Brinley. Barnett, though, were almost cashed in. And for Lady Lex, a couple of different shot opportunities. Harrod had one. Seen the speed early on in this game of Allie Laurie. Certainly create some problems on that back line at times for Lady Lex. But they remain scoreless so far here in the match. Great views overhead here at the fabulous Colt Corral, one of the best small school venues in the state of Ohio. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm going to be back here tomorrow night. Clear Fork taking on the Marion Harding Presidents. You can check out highlights from that game. We'll have scores, interviews, a lot coming up on the Friday Night Pigskin. That goes down at 11:30 p.m. I'm the host of the show, and we always have a ton of action to review on a football Friday night. This week, no exception. Some big-time games. I've got a little maintenance going down on my computer right now, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring these up. I'm going to read them to you guys, let you know what's going down. Tomorrow night, if you have time and you've got internet anywhere, check out East Knox out Mount Gilead. It is homecoming for the 5-0 Indians. Harding here at Clear Fork. I'm on the call for that one. We'll have a highlight for Highland at Galleon. Monroeville is at Western Reserve. That one could determine a Firelands Conference champion. We'll have Chris Bliley on the call there. Padua Franciscan at Big Walnut. Bryce Coder has your call. We'll have Pleasant at Ontario. A highlight of that one. Plymouth is at Crestview. Jonathan Langdon will have the call there. Shelby at River Valley. We'll have Mark and Joshua calling that game. And then Travis and Ken are calling 5-0 versus 5-0 Smithville at Hillsdale tomorrow night. So a ton of football action going down. Here on the football side of things, it's going to be a first touch for the Lady Colts with that 1-0 advantage. Just awaiting the referees to come off a break. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and just show you the goal from that first half. Here it is. Perry able to beat Hammer, put it into the back. Just a thing of beauty. Start things off here with Claire Hammer dropping a punt. Now knocked out of bounds. Here for a Clear Fork throw. Back post pretty close right there. So Clear Fork threatening here early on in the second half. As you see on our G&M Body and Paint Shop instant replay. Colts now with 9 total shots on the evening. Offensively, this team really has been excellent. See Faye Smith coming over, give a little high five and just check in on Sabri Caudill. Now she's got this punt, I mean, half a highway up in the sky. Good looking throw by Bechtel, able to hook up with Barnett. You can tell she's had a lot of juggling practice, probably in the living room, backyard, any place that she's had an opportunity. Not much behind that one there from Stover. And an easy cleanup job for Claire Hammer. Lexington's been looking for these big, deep balls to try to have one of their speedsters check up. Allie certainly would check that box. Colts have done a fantastic job for the most part, just matching, meeting, getting to the point of attack a bit quicker. There's very few creases on this back line for Clear Fork this season. I mean, they have been about as good as it gets all year. Only given up 11 goals so far through 13 matches and a half now. Harrod with a quick throw in. This one will be lobbed up into some space here by Hoovler. Ashtyn Wine, she's maintaining that role on the back line. She'll have to come out here and pressure. Pulled a little bit out of place as Lori, turning into heavy traffic, has to give it up for Zoe Borowicz, who's just chased out of there. Zoe hasn't had too many thrilling touches so far here tonight. Typically when we see number 5 on the ball, you notice. And just hasn't had that type of dazzle display just yet. Still plenty of time to go. Barely over 4 minutes has come off the clock here in the second half. And since I am here talking solo tonight, I'd like to have some of the fans help and be a part of the broadcast here tonight. Check in over on YouTube, and I see 73 of you are all watching together. Fill me in. Let me know where you are tuning in from tonight, who you're cheering for, if you've got a favorite player out there on the pitch. Want to know everything about how you're taking in the action tonight. And on Facebook as well. Got about 40 viewers altogether. I'll pull up that stream. Keep an eye on the comment section, and next time we get some dead space, like maybe right now, see what you guys are talking about. Do want to say what's up to Kelly Hammett. She's cheering on Brinley Barnett and the Lady Colts tonight with some enthusiasm. She got a lot of exclamation points out there in her text. Ryan Garrissey says, "Let's go Lex," dropping me one of those purple hearts. Bev Dell cheering on the Lady Colts, and then Roger Brokaw, he just wants to see Lex go down. He says beat Lex. Thanks, guys, for your comments and your viewership here tonight. Hammer getting involved in the picture. Again, 3rd time she's had her mitts on it. Not even 6 minutes into the activity for the second half. Jersey's just trying to play keep away. Palmer lays into one. Maybe just unleashing a bit of frustration. Get a substitution here. Clear Fork gonna trot Zoe Lamp, Bria Beery back out there. Saw the freshman get a lot of minutes in that first half up top. And that's where she'll go, to the point position. Barnett moves back just a little bit. See the Ashtyn Wine, I mean, just stop, drop, shut them down. Trying to open up shop here for Clear Fork, but that's taken away now. Here comes Wendling. Good ball to the middle of the field. Laurie off the turn, goes out wide. It's well behind. And just couldn't get the connectivity locked in there. It's like the Wi-Fi password when there's an exclamation part or like a question mark that you just don't know about. You're trying to give it off and you just can't get it connected in there. It's had that kind of feel at times here tonight for this Lady Lex offense, who still looking for their first shot of the second half. 4 total for the entire competition. And now with some Colts moving up into enemy territory. Trying to flip the field, keep the narrative written down here on this end. Did a nice job in the first half, nearly 60% possession for Clear Fork as Perry turns, fires, and she'll find the back for the second time tonight. Perry burns one down right in front of the Stampede, and the Lady Colts double their fun. They lead it 2-0. Perry now with a dozen. And a great looking braid tonight. Show you how it all boiled down. Second look, all set up by Bechtel. The flick forward, Barnett, her second dime, prime time turn, and boot on ball into the back. Barnett with a clean strike. Perry rather to set up from Barnett. Two goals really changes the complexion of the game now for a Lady Lex squad. Can't seem to find their footing and get it across that boundary without running into some major complications. See if they can get something going here with Herod and Borowicz. Two-lady game in the middle. Said they'll try to work it up top. Palmer on the hop. Just a shade behind. One more look at that goal. This was just such a fantastic flick. Beautiful delivery. And then the body turn to get the defender on the hip. Hughes taken out of the play. And the Rockets shot Perry back in there, her second goal of the evening. Gorgeous night as well here in the Valley. 66 degrees, a little cloudy overhead, but otherwise incredibly comfortable for a fantastic night of Richland County soccer that doesn't quite have the same juice. I gotta say, now that there's not the opportunity for these two teams to see each other in the postseason, which has been customary forever and ever, always going head to head. Saw it a number of times in the tournament. Just kind of has just a little missing piece to it, even though still fun and comes at a time in the season where, of course, all the games still matter very much in terms of the conference seeding and trying to jockey for position. Every win matters. Clear Fork has been stacking them in droves here lately, 10 already out of their 13. And in prime position looking for number 11. As Perry tried to cross up the defender. Works out well. As Gabby Lay just takes it out of bounds for the corner kick. Be the third one of the match on the way here for the Lady Colts. They'll get their specialist, Ashtyn Wine, up there. Going to take this with the right foot. She'll play it low, right back to Ashtyn. Kind of popped up on her. Her and Barnett been so good. Here they are having a little two-lady game. Trying to keep it going. Not wanting to give up just yet. Sick crossover. Left foot deflected back. One of the few times that we've seen Ashtyn get involved offensively here tonight. Able to just totally shake Borowicz out of her little cleats. This one taking some hops into enemy territory. Hard run and pretty good pressure applied up top that time by Wendling. Colts got it out of danger though. Just very few creases. Once Lexington crosses that football 25-yard line, just hasn't been a whole lot of activity for them. 2-on-2 shaping up right here though. To the middle of the park. Getting involved in the mix was Katie Beck. Didn't even see her. She came flying in like a bat out of the cave. Here's a zero. Beck all of a sudden into frame. Auburn Hoovler was with her for each stride. Made it tough, and it'll land as a goal kick. Perry getting a big applause as Maya going to get a well-earned breather. Both goals on the board belong to the junior. A dozen now to her name for the season. And Barnett, 2 assists tonight. She's got 31 for her career. It's been a really special one. Wine tangled up a bit up top. And now out for a Lexington throw. Get a couple of fresh bodies out there. Don't try to go with the strong throw, but it still ends up just on the outskirts of the 18, lifted in there, but a one-hopper finds the gloved mitts here of Faith Smith, who has been rock solid, sturdy, protected in between the pipes ever since she took the job. And in her senior year, probably her best work so far. Just a very confident kid. Over the boundary, clear fork throw. And if I'm Brittany Bechtel, I'm probably looking for her daughter Asia, who had that great throw to Barnett for the flick. But right now, number 12 is over on the sideline, getting a little break. Beck, though, with a hot shot. Wiped out. Gabby Lay sends that one a little bit deeper down into the corner. So the freshman able to find Barnett, and it's a wonder to me that she's able to get position as frequent as she does. It's just one of those ingrained, innate type of capabilities that not few human beings have. I mean, she's just been awesome to watch her 4-year career. Big ball with some pace. Palmer almost had a chance, but Ashtyn shuts it down. Now it's Clear Fork's chance. Almost immediately flipping the field. Beck. Good ball. On the money. Turning back towards the middle is Barry. And how about this combination of two 9th graders here? Playing some serious minutes in the second half. Give and go on the way here. Taylor Wilson battles through Lamp. Can't get through the second line of defense. Sidewinder, Beck. Now here's Jersey. Another freshman. So the future and the present all on display at once here for both units. Palmer lays it back. Here comes Herod looking to get a screen from her. Herod with the step over Stover, pressuring. Hot on her tail. And Smith won't have any problems with this one. Just haven't seen Morgan Herod be able to create very much space tonight. And that's another case in point. I mean, not barely. I'm going to count it as a shot attempt, but it wasn't much. Colts looking to command there in the midfield. So they'll drop it back. Now Kaler. Through ball, gets beyond Barnett all the way to Maggie Arnett. And here's some space here near side, a chance for a long carry if they so choose. That's what Hoovler's going to do. Hoovler marking her way, jaunting now into enemy territory. Gives it up in the middle, and this is where the problems tend to begin for Lexington. We'll see if they can get a little better look. Herod this time unleashes. Better look. But again, hit him with like that mid-tier hot sauce, too much liftoff too early. And it lands harmlessly off target. 6th shot of the night for Lexington. Second coming over the last minute or so. And I see my friends down at Pancho's Tacos tuning in as well. I want to say what's up to Margarito, Brian, Alejandro, the entire gang down there. Have not been in the Pancho's in too long. This is them calling me out. This is like the bat signal. I see what's going on here, Margarito. It's been a while. Have not had a brisket burrito in my diet, and maybe my body is in need of some nourishment. So, might see you after the game, senor. Danielle Erasmus as well cheering on Maya, and what's not to love about the performance here tonight? Keep the energy coming out in the comments section. Those are on Facebook. On YouTube, I see Asa Spade tuned in here tonight, enjoying the DMX reference from earlier. And I gotta say, I was really disappointed. A couple weeks back, I watched a video on, I think, Twitter, and it was at a car dealership, and it was a lot of younger people in there. And some guy that was probably closer to my age went around with his phone and just recorded all these young bucks and just said, stop, drop, and asked them, what would DMX say next? And they didn't know. Really took me off guard. Oh, that almost took Claire Hammer off guard in that one. Too tall over top. Colts had it. Hat trick. Almost in hand here. Perry probably can't believe how tailor-made that was for her. But the one shot, one kill just wasn't quite the thrill that she needed right there. Couldn't keep it down. I don't know why I'm trying to rhyme so much. Now I got DMX on the brain. Trying to get a little bit of my own flavor going on out here. But I do appreciate Ace out there hitting us up with a 4-pack of comments. It is Layla's uncle cheering on the Lady Colts. Cool name too, Asa Spade. Right at the midway point here, a half two, and this is crossing midfield. Barnett, so much speed. Drops it back. Now to Brinley. She's got a little bit more wiggle room, I think, that she anticipated. But she'll send it out wide. Chance here for Kendall Boffman. The look of discouragement tells the whole story. Whoa. That's all right, Kendall. You're probably still going to get treated to ponchos, too. Just like I might be. Tend to see the Boffmans there after game nights. Great family, by the way. Shout out, my old neighbors. Haven't seen J-Buff in a while. Oh, man, a lot of rounds of Wii bowling spent back in those apartment days when Kendall was just a wee little baby. Now here she is, sophomore, getting big-time varsity minutes and playing for arguably the best team in Richland County. They got the 10 wins. I mean, the resume might support it. And only 3 more games on the schedule here in the regular season for Clear Fork. I'll have to confirm with Brittany that that's all they're looking to do. I'm not sure if you can add any more at the end. And here's her daughter, Asia, setting it up for Brinley. She'll drop it back. The shot. Filled up the cup again. Too much. 15th shot overall for Clear Fork tonight. And on the horizon for them, as we look down the line next week, I want to say Tuesday, they've got River Valley coming here to their place. Vikings having a decent season, 5 wins so far for them. Then they head to Granville on October 4th and kind of spaced out there. Might be the following Saturday, or let me look at my calendar here. What's going on in October? That is going to be next Saturday. Plenty of green out in front here for Beck. And she puts too much behind that one, trying to find Barnett, who normally can cover a ton of turf. But at this junction in the game, and Brinley, one of the few players, she almost never comes out. As we get a foul here. Whistle goes against Tessa Tem. And sold quite nicely by Caudill. 6 penalty against Lexington. I think they've only had a couple here in the second half. It's been a pretty clean game, actually, on both ends of the equation. As Ashtyn uncorks one. Trying to keep it in the mixer bowl. Takes a hop, set up. Barnett settles left foot. deflected out. If not for Maggie Arnett giving up the body here. See the senior, she's played a ton of defense. I want to say she's like a couple 3-year starter for him. Does put the Colts in a position now for corner kick number 4. They'll have Bechtel handle the duties. They got a line here on the back post. And now they'll retrace all around in the box. Hammer can't handle. Stover's there off the post. Inches away from this being a 3-score differential. And that's Claire Hammer high pointing the thing, but hands like a hammer. Couldn't bring it in with the soft touch. But the Lady Colts couldn't put it away either. Good looking setup. Barnett was able to get plenty of noggin on it. Just redirected off frame. But a second consecutive successful corner kick opportunity for Clear Fork. And they're looking to get right back on the attack. Flipping it into the box. Barnett heads it down. Beck. Blast off. But Hammer there. And we've got a Lady Colts shaking up. That's Brinley. Barnett. Oh no. Brinley was dealing with some injuries early on in the season. Tight hammy. See, at the very beginning of this replay, she just fell flat on her back, and it might be that it knocked the wind out of her. It didn't look like she braced her fall very well. Could have hit that ponytail as well on the turf. Still just a 2-goal game, though. Lexington has lots of time. If they get one here over the next 5 minutes or so, you try to go into those last 9 minutes plus with it being just a 1-score game. Can totally change your mindset. Really just change the way the momentum is being distributed out on the pitch. The Lady Colts defense, they've not allowed much tonight, and Coach Bechtel making the business decision to keep Ashtyn Wine back in a defensive role. She's played center backer all night and anchoring what might be a 3rd consecutive shutout victory here for the Lady Colts. And it would be career win number 258 in the glorious Hall of Fame career of Coach Bechtel. I'm already penciling her in for the Hall. She certainly is on the wall out here as an athlete. Such a dynamo on the soccer fields, track and field. Bechtel really solid in each of those 2 sports, and as is her daughter Asia. Scott Sellers, the Lady Colts basketball team, might be the one to watch in the area here too. They've just got a great run going right now. Athletes in the Valley. And sometimes having great leaders like we've seen. Been talking quite a bit this broadcast about Ashtyn Wine, Brinley, Barnett, and just how good they have been for their careers. When you look at the two, I mean, they've combined for 108 goals, the two of them. Absolutely ridiculous. They're more than 65 assists, too. And so when you've got program trendsetters like them, it allows other kids in the classes around them, and even sometimes it'll be older kids, you can have influence, really rub off and just give the impression of what it means to be an athlete and a successful one in all the different dimensions. It's more than just playing on game night. There's the week-to-week, day-to-day, being a good student athlete, weight room in the summer. So many components that all combine to make a girl like number 8 the special type of performer that she is now here on Thursday nights under the lights. And here she goes. Another blow by right by Woodruff. Couldn't hook up with Perry that time to the outside. They've done it twice so far here tonight for the lone 2 goals of the match. Now Beck surveying. Time of possession going up in this second half for the Lady Colts. Stover, miscommunication. Thought she was going to get a run from the far wing. Now we'll see Lily Swandell check back in. Kendall Boffman joins her. Asia Bechtel all back out there here for Coach Brittany. And only 11.5 minutes to go. Trying to capture win number 11 on the season. And this is the easily most challenging part of the season right now for Lexington. When you see what they've just come off of in their last 3 games, much bigger schools. Granville served them up a 5-3 defeat. Lost to Olentangy Orange as well. That was a 3-1 loss. Beat Dover sandwiched in between. 1-0 decision on the goal from Jersey Palmer. But a couple losses, and it might be 3 out of the last 4 for Coach Buck Morton. They do have some get-right games on the way. They're going to be at Shelby coming up here next week on the 29th. Saw the Lady Whippets last night. They do have a fantastic keeper. Lexington just might be a step above what that young program has right now, even though 5 wins, though, on the season. Do applaud Shelby. They've taken care of business in the MOAC against teams not named Ontario and Clear Fork. After that, pretty much the OCC championship game, if everything kind of unwinds the way that we're all anticipating. They've got Madison, and that one is at the Lexington Soccer Complex coming up on October the 2nd. So Tuesday, Thursday next week, Shelby and Madison, a couple more Richland County foes, all penciled in here for Coach Morton. See if they can make things interesting here down the stretch. Tessa Tim trying to get it to Borowicz. And that one leveled wide. And so we've got a gimpy Doherty here in the middle of the pitch. Looked like right there is when the collision happened. Colts just being really patient there defensively. There's not a lot in terms of windows, the opportunities. Really, you'd have to win some type of a matchup. They're staying where they need to. The positioning has been fantastic, but they've put themselves in a position to defend a corner kick for the first time tonight. See what Lexington has in store. From this left side, it's deep, trending outside of the box. Out of the range for Borowicz and company, and poked up and over. See Faith Smith delivering another clutch one. When her name has been called, Smith has stood tall. 5th save tonight for Faith. And we've got another corner kick coming up here. It was. Whoops. Guess I didn't generate a new replay. Sorry, guys. It wasn't much. Kind of misfired over everybody out wide. Seven shots tonight for Lady Lex. They're going to have to start producing a bit more offense here as the clock looking for slumber. Only 8 minutes away from bedtime in total. And really no moon out tonight. It's just trying to look overhead. Maybe it's a bit cloudier than you can tell because it's so dark. Colts trying to turn the lights out entirely too. If they can knock one more in, that certainly would put the baby to bed early here at the Corral. Smooth move, Laurie. Makes a decision to go out wide. Lexington's got about 5 bodies fanned out, trying to create some spacing, getting some more players involved here from that back line. Only one back right now for Lady Lex. They're susceptible to counterattack if they can hit them quick. Here they go through the middle. Barnett couldn't slide through. It's Carly-Ann Hughes. That'll just be poked out. After a reasonable break, Maya Perry checks back in, presumably for the last 6.5 minutes. She replaces the freshman Barry, who's expanded her role as the season's gone along. I saw Clear Fork a few times early on in the season as Barnett tries to lay it down. Struts in, but it's taken off her foot by Claire Hammer. Show it to you one more time here on the GMM Body and Paint Shop replay. Just a good break there by Hammer. And a big punt, too. Gets it down, driven into Colt territory. Got a score update for you guys. Coming in from, we've got Mansfield Senior on the road at Mansfield Christian Boys tonight. Final score there, 3-2. Flames with the victory at home. Coming off of a draw a couple nights ago. Game that you saw live and free on OH Reports. Against Mount Vernon, who's got some really strong athletes. Even though it was a tie, a couple members of Mansfield Christian's team told me that was probably the best they've played all season. As the Colts penalty just, I think, the second on them here in the second half. And you can tell the spooky season's starting to set in. I've got a spider up here in the window. It is weaving together a massive web. We'll try to show it to you perhaps in the post-game show. He hasn't gotten close enough to me where I've panicked. Otherwise, you'd know I'd start shrieking. I'm not that afraid of spiders, actually. Typically, we're cool. We tend to get along. But now when I don't see him coming and all of a sudden it's like, hey, buddy. Yeah, and I don't like them just ending up at my party without being invited. Barnett inviting some chaos into the middle, but it's slap shot out. And off the outside portion of the foot here from Sabri Caudill, the senior, puts it into the hands of Lady Lex, running out of the time. Only 4 minutes to go. And the opportunities have not been presenting themselves with very many windows here in the second half. It's just been very few times that you've seen Clear Fork susceptible. As Boffman dribbles her way out of a little bit of trouble. Here's Kendall into the attacking third. Puts one into the mixer. Again, Lexington up for the challenge. Back line has definitely shown some great flashes tonight. Just being in the right place and closing the window down of opportunity here for Clear Fork, who creates a ton against a lot of teams. I mean, when you look at a squad that's got 69 goals now on the season, you know, there's a lot of creativity. Boffman tried to run that one across the carpet. Wine finding feed here, Zoe Lamp. deflected. Might have caught Barnett there. Now another deep shot. Took a half hop, but defended nicely here. Claire Hammer, as she dropped down, it was at the perfect appropriate moment. And it's like she had honey on her gloves, able to secure that thing firm. Lexington trying to get a build up here. But how good has Ashtyn Wine been? She's not going to have the numbers tonight. She's been putting up some gaudy displays all season long. Just positionless. That's what she told me the first MVP interview of the season with her. She said, I am everywhere. Don't have a position. Tonight, she's been the center backer and, you know, arguably one of the top 2-3 players on the fields. But I think my MVP boat definitely got to go to the junior Maya Perry. The 2 goals just created a lot of chaos buzzing around inside of the 18 often tonight. Almost had the hat trick. I believe it would have been the first of the career for Maya, whose scoring numbers have just really elevated from her sophomore year. And for Lexington, they just haven't had the firepower. I mean, we knew about Zoe Borowicz coming into the game and Morgan Harrods having a great junior campaign. Got the 11 goals, each of them. Zoe's having a really strong career. She's been around for a long time. Right around 30 goals, 19 assists. Most of those have come so far here in 2025, but this team's just been too much. Coach Bechtel telling me before the game she really likes her unit. She's been waiting for this one. And as much respect as you can pay to your opponents, but when you're beating them down to the tune of 50-4 over the last 7, you really welcome going through some struggles and some pains and not winning every battle and not having the speed advantage all over the pitch at every position. Certainly has not been the case here tonight. But they've had a lot of value at plenty of spots as Barnett trucks her away. Comes up without a shot. And that one unleashed. Kind of unpacked this whole thing here, starting with Katie Beck. Just kept here in the attacking third. Barnett. She does not look like much of an imposing threat. And maybe some of that is just her face, too. She just looks like the sweetest kid on earth. But she packs a punch. And the Colts pack the lunch. They can pack in win number 8 in a row here tonight. Clear Fork gets it done. Your final score, 2-0 on our Wellspring Custom Pharmacy scoreboard. 6th shutout of the season produced by the Lady Colts, who earned the check mark for the 11th time in the W column here tonight. We've got a commercial baked in. When we come back, we'll have your MVP interview. Maya Perry will join me up here in the booth. Plus, I'll have the final stats analysis and get you all set for some Friday night football. So keep it here, live in free action from the Colt Corral. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
This is our in-body machine, so you're gonna see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Back now joined by the player of the game, presented by Schmidt Security Pro, Maya Perry, with all the goals in the competition here tonight. And this has been your biggest scoring season so far of your high school year. So
pretty much.
Take me through just offensively and how much you feel like you've kind of grown as a player to the point where you're consistently putting some in, and tonight 2 big ones.
I mean, offensively, last year I was outside mid, and it was a lot of running up and down the field, offense and defense. This year I'm at striker, and the chemistry between me and Brinley and whoever's up top is just really good, and the runs that we make are just connected, and it's just really good passing movement.
Definitely. Brinley with both the assists here tonight. What can you say about what she's been able to do in terms of your development and just how cohesive you two feel together on the field?
She's been able to get the ball to me every time and just connect the passes, and we really both just get well with each other up top, and it's just really well. It's a lot of good movement, and the passes are good.
The team as a whole looked like you guys were dialed in here tonight. 8-game win streak now. You guys haven't lost since way back in like mid-August. So describe the team chemistry right now and just kind of the vibe when you're in the locker room.
I mean, everybody's getting along. We all get excited and everything. And I think the team right now is just at a great point. And we all get well like on the field and everything. We're just really good.
The end of the regular season, it's not too far off here. I mean, you've only got 3 more games coming up. Chance to close out another MOAC championship and, of course, get prepared for the tournament. So as you're starting to see a bit of the finish line here, talk to me about some end goals that you guys have been talking about during the season and what's still on the table for you.
I mean, with our chemistry we have right now, our end goal was to get farther than we did last year and make it to state. And I think we have a really good run in it.
Well, definitely look like it here tonight. Another nice victory for you. Congratulations on being our player of the game and 2 more goals. Who would you like to shout out that's helped make you an awesome soccer player?
Shout out all my friends and family who come to support me, and my coaches who's always there to support me, and just my whole team who's always there for me.
All right, Maya Perry, your MVP, presented by Schmidt Security Pro.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
It's your post-game coverage presented by Global Energy Partners 2-Zip. Lady Colts get the win here tonight, and that man has won the corner of the window up here in the press box right above me. That's what I was talking about. It is spooky season, and my man looking for a new home. I am Brian Skowronski, been with you here on the call tonight for this non-conference girls soccer showdown. 2 Richland County rivals meeting for the only time that they'll get a chance to face off this season, and I was talking a bit about it during the broadcast, and it's a little bittersweet, and Buck Morton had the same sentiment that I had, where when you don't have the opportunity to get right again against them, or like in the Clear Fork's shoes here tonight, you win and like, okay, now we got to look out for them in the tournament, a la like we saw in 2022, where it was a draw during the regular season and then it was a 2-1 victory for Lexington when they got into the tournament. Previous to that, we had seen Clear Fork rock them out in the tournament for a district. So it's just gone back and forth, and I think that it just leaves a little less with you after these decisions, but still an awesome game tonight by the Colts. They were no doubt about it basically from the start, and the second half, fantastic. 16 total shots in the game. They're able to put double digits on frame, and Claire Hammer, she did a pretty nice job of protecting what was theirs, but just pretty good onslaught. This is a fantastic offensive team. Put up over 5 goals per competition. So for Lady Lex, a squad that is reeling a little bit, 3 losses now over their last 5 games. It just can't feel like you're really shaping into playoff form just yet for them. And they do still have some winnable games coming up here on the horizon. As I mentioned, we'll show you what's next for both of these teams. Shelby is going to be the competition for Lady Lex. River Valley for Clear Fork. Colt's going to be at home for that one, while Lady Lex goes on the road over to the Whippet Athletic Complex. Really awesome spot. I was over there last night for a game. And then for Lex to finish out the season, Madison at home in what will decide the OCC championship. Then they get Finlay at home, who's got 4 wins. And then they head to Bishop Hartley on October 11th to close out the season. And don't look at their record. They're 3-7-2 and think that it's not going to be a tough game for Lexington. All those Columbus area schools are fantastic at soccer. It truly does seem that way. And then beyond River Valley, it's at Granville on October the 4th. That's always a challenge. They're 6-2-2. They just handed Lexington a loss here recently. And then senior night, October 7th. Looking forward to that one because what a senior class and just what a performance we've seen all season long from these seniors here by the Lady Colts. It's one of the most exciting teams that we have in North Central Ohio right now. I mean, they are the team to watch heading into the tournament, and love what Maya Perry said, where they've got bigger goals than they had a season ago going into the playoffs, even though it's a little ways away here, but they feel like they've got state championship medal, at least get to a Final Four beyond where they did last year, compete for a regional championship. That's as deep as this program's ever been. Back in 2012, making it to the regional finals. That team being honored here tonight. But for Clear Fork, I think they're really motivated by the way that the season ended last year in the regional semifinals, losing to Ottawa Glandorf 1-0 after they beat the brakes off Liberty Benton in that district championship 4-0. So Colts got a lot to play for. So does Lexington, who in the tournament, they're just trying to hope that they can avoid Ontario. That's what it all boils down to. Yeah, they beat them during the regular season, but you look traditionally in the tournament, lost to Ontario each of the last 2 years and 3 out of the last 4 for Coach Buck Morton's squad. So they're going to try to get back to playing some winning soccer here this next week with the Shelby Madison game, and then see what they can provide down the stretch over those last couple of weeks. It's going to do it, though, for our broadcast here tonight. Want to thank all of our amazing sponsors one last time for bringing you the action here from the Colt Corral. We can't bring it to you live and free without contributions from places like Global Energy Partners, Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, GNM Body and Paint Shop, Schmidt Security Pro and Schmidt Fire, Charter Next Gen, Pinnacle Building Services, and our friends over at Mechanics Bank. Our staff here tonight, just me and the VP, Jory Hollenbeck, holding it down. Just a 2-person crew. Hopefully it was to your satisfaction here tonight. I know if you're a Colts fan, you certainly like the view a lot better than what Lady Lex's crew saw here tonight with the defeat. For Adam Thompson, our engineer, Travis Berardi, Jonathan Langdon, everybody back at Always Report World Headquarters, I am Brian Skowronski, saying so long for tonight, but we'll see you tomorrow. Lots of games going down live and free. 7 live streams for you, and then we'll have 3 more that we will feature on highlights. So always double-digit games, always the source for high school sports in North Central Ohio. We are the future. Hit me up if you are interested in sponsorship opportunities. My email down at the bottom. But for now, I got to get out of here. Got burritos on the brain. See you guys.